Hi, this is the Ivy League astrologer with the June 2015 reading for Vedic Virgo. Okay, so for Virgo, the first card out is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Feels like you may need a break from an idea you've been working on, which I don't think is forgotten, but you may need to just take a time out from it. Because it seems like all your work is sort of crumbling around you or something, or like just as fast as you put it up, it's falling down or something. I think for some of you, it's like you may have just come out of a period of relative like peace, you know, and suddenly, and maybe this has already been happening in May too, but suddenly things are starting to kind of feel like they're falling apart again, and you may be feeling a little bit low because of that. Yeah, so whatever your goal is, and it feels like it's a goal of wholeness. And that could be in a lot of different ways, but like wholeness of, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at wholeness, I think. But it feels like you're working towards some kind of wholeness, and that you've been pretty diligently working towards it, but something outside of your control, I think, is making things feel like they are kind of falling apart a bit. So the advice for now is to kind of give it some space to breathe. Could also be that someone else has been working quite hard on something kind of outside of your vision, and they have stopped this month, and that makes you realize that, and that may just be creating sort of a change in your environment that makes you suspicious, or makes you kind of question how things are going to move forward. For some people, you may be kind of undertaking something large, or even just trying to like stand a certain ground, but that you're kind of saying, you know what, I'm doing this on my own. I don't need anybody. I'm going to build this myself, or guard it myself, defend it myself. And that is actually leading you, or someone else in your environment who has that attitude, is leading you or them sort of down an old path so that they have to repeat old lessons. It's kind of just leading into actually like a sense of insecurity, which may initially feel like a change, but is going to quickly reveal itself to be a loop. Or not so quickly. Yeah, it's like by getting what they wanted, they are actually kind of having the scales removed from their eyes in a way. Seems like it's not a great month to stand apart from people or feel like you can do it all on your own. There's really an encouragement towards community and connection. You may be waiting on some of your plans to launch, or just not be certain of how the future is looking with whatever kind of new information has come into play. Yeah, you may feel like something has happened outside of yourself that is just making things take a turn for the unexpected in a way that makes you really sad, that just makes you sort of grieve the passing of an era in a way that you maybe hadn't expected to end or hadn't realized was an era, you know. Hmm. I think if that's happening to you, that like things from outside are kind of pressing on your security, I think that there's a reassurance here that things will kind of right themselves again into their kind of proper order in a way that you can't see from where you are, that there's more light in the situation than it feels like right now. And again, there's a warning if you're kind of going off on your own, doing your own thing and feeling like you can handle everything by yourself. There's a warning about disappointment there. So yeah, again, it's really about connection and community rather than trying to kind of handle things on your own this month. Otherwise, I think you could end up being rather disappointed by how things turn out. And again, it feels like you're going back down an old path that maybe looks a little bit different, but is essentially the same. But it feels like if you can kind of mourn the end of this era, mourn the passing of like a certain sense of security or home, and let it go, just kind of let go, let flow, it feels like you will be richly rewarded, and you will. There's also some reward in sort of in separating yourself, and allowing the past to be the past, and in separating yourself from the outcome of how it all plays out. It's a big renewal month for a lot of people. I'm also feeling renewal messages for Virgo here. But it feels like there needs to be and it's available this month for there to be like physical renewal for you and spiritual renewal. And that you can kind of take first steps there that are going to be quite far reaching and quite deep. And for some people, this is about fertility. For others, it's just about kind of going within to figure out like what you actually value and where you see yourself moving in the future, what you see yourself moving towards, and kind of beginning to dive into that. I think if you allow yourself some rest and peace, your intuition will be quite strong this month about kind of what the right next step is for you. And it may involve turning away from something that you've worked quite hard on, but that is actually leading to a victory, that turning away from something that you've been kind of just piling up effort in. Kind of taking a break from it for renewal is actually paving the way for a victory, for a future victory for you. And for some of you, for meeting the right person or like the really right person for you. And this may be kind of near or far, this meeting the right person. But I feel like the work that you do this month is helping to pave the path for that opening to be there at the right time with this right person. It's coming up as the soulmate card. So, and yeah, it feels like there's still some work to be done before you kind of get to that happy home state of things. But it feels like a seed can be planted this month that's going to steer you right in the future. Yeah, and I think it's really about walking away from conflict. Allowing other people to handle their own problems. Not jumping in to rescue anybody who doesn't want your help. But also in general, just turning away from conflict and honoring your core and your own needs. Because for some of you, it seems like you have been, and this would fit with kind of the Virgo profile, but it seems like you've been so bent on service to others and on supporting others and seeding the way for them to be successful, that maybe you've been ignoring a bit of your own needs. So this is a good month to kind of realign with what you need, with your own boundaries that don't come out of just like wanting to have boundaries in general, but are really what you need to protect your spirit and your soul. So it's definitely a month to turn away from other people's battles, and even just to walk away a bit from things that are stressful for you. Like if there's a situation that's out of your control, and even if you're not trying to fix it, I think you can just kind of step away from it if it's only going to agitate you without advancing anything. It's a good month to kind of just take a step back, because that's going to help to renew you for what is coming up for you in the coming months, which does feel like this finding yourself at the right place with the right person. For some people, this could be a company or job. Yeah. It's time to kind of take 5. Don't engage in fighting, and somehow not engaging in fighting, not trying to solve things for people, is breaking a cycle for you and allowing you more freedom, allowing you more clarity, I think. Because it's the devil card in reverse. And the devil often talks about addictions upright. And in reverse, it's freedom from those addictions. So it's like an addiction to helping in a way, or an addiction to trying to get it right. An addiction to trying to mold yourself into the right, right vessel to get through to somebody or whatever. So yeah, this month there is a real possibility to leave those patterns behind. And for other people, this will work out that some old chains are broken, some old connections are broken that maybe you have viewed as negative, but which may turn out to have not been entirely negative. But it's very much kind of boats pushing off on their own kind of this month. It's people needing to encounter themselves individually. So, yeah. Again, I feel like there's new things coming in for you soon. So this month is kind of it's about you positioning yourself to receive those things and to feel that you're worth them, even, I think. So yeah, that's what I see for June 2015 for Virgos, and I hope that's helpful. If you would like to schedule a personal consultation, my link for scheduling is down below. All the times there are in Pacific time, so please do translate that to your time. You can just Google it. It's pretty quick on Google. And otherwise, yeah, my email address is theivyleagueastrologer@gmail.com if you want to get in touch. And yeah, happy June. Thank you. Bye.